Sometimes, it only takes one moment to change everything. 1 second, one expression, one emotional crack in the carefully built image the world has always known. And for Princess Leonor, that moment may have just happened. A moment so powerful, so unexpected, that Spain hasn't stopped talking about it. Because for the first time in a long time, many believe they saw something different in Leonor. Not the future queen, not the polished royal, but a young woman carrying something far heavier than anyone realized. And now the question everyone is asking is simple. What happened to Leonor? It was during what seemed like a normal public appearance. The cameras were there. The crowds were watching. The royal family stood together as always. Everything looked perfectly in place. Until suddenly, Leonor's expression changed. Just for a moment. But it was enough. Her eyes looked distant. Her face seemed tense. Her usual calm composure appeared shaken. And within seconds, people noticed. That moment quickly spread across social media. Royal watchers replayed it. Experts analyzed it. And concern began to grow. Because this wasn't just another royal appearance. Something felt different. Princess Leonor has spent her entire life preparing for a future she never chose. As the heir to the throne of Spain, her destiny has always been clear. One day, she will become queen. But while the title sounds powerful, the road to it is far from easy. It demands sacrifice, discipline, strength, and sometimes, silence. Over the last few years, Leonor's transformation has been intense. Her military training has placed her under enormous pressure. Her public role has expanded. Her responsibilities have multiplied. And each step has pushed her closer to the reality of the crown. A reality that once felt far away. But not anymore. Now it feels close. Very close. And maybe that's exactly what people saw in her eyes. The realization, the weight, the fear. Because knowing your future is one thing. Feeling it arrive is something else entirely. Some believe Leonor's emotional moment may have been caused by pure exhaustion. Physical exhaustion, mental exhaustion, emotional exhaustion. Military training is demanding. Royal duty is demanding. Combining both at such a young age is almost unimaginable. And yet Leonor has been doing it. Without complaint. Without weakness. At least publicly. But even the strongest people reach emotional limits. And maybe, for one brief second, that limit showed. Others believe the moment may have been tied to something more personal. Family. Leonor has always been deeply connected to her parents, King Felipe and Queen Letizia. And especially close to her younger sister, Infanta Sofia. But as her royal duties grow, her time with family naturally changes. Less freedom, less private moments, more distance. That shift can be painful. Because growing into responsibility often means growing away from comfort. And perhaps that emotional reality is beginning to hit harder now. Queen Letizia's reaction during that appearance also caught attention. Observers noticed her looking at Leonor more than once. Not casually, but carefully, almost protectively, as if she sensed something. As if she knew her daughter was carrying more than she was showing. That kind of motherly instinct is powerful. And if Letizia noticed something, it may mean this emotional moment wasn't random. King Felipe, too, would understand. Perhaps better than anyone. He knows what it means to be born into duty. To carry expectations. To lose pieces of yourself in service to the crown. He has lived it. And now he may be watching his daughter begin that same journey. That cannot be easy. Not as king. And certainly not as father. Some royal experts believe there may be another explanation. One far deeper. Identity. Because Leonor is reaching the age where every young person begins asking difficult questions. Who am I? What do I want? What kind of life do I truly dream of? But Leonor's situation is unique. Her answers are limited by history. By tradition. By obligation. She cannot simply choose any life. Her path has been written since birth. And that realization can be emotionally overwhelming. Imagine realizing that your personal dreams may always come second. That freedom may always come with conditions. That love, friendship, and even privacy will always be affected by your title. That's not just pressure. That's sacrifice. And sacrifice often brings tears. Even hidden ones. There's also the possibility that Leonor is mourning something invisible. Not a person, but a normal life. A life where mistakes are private. Where choices are personal. Where growing up happens away from cameras. For most people, that's ordinary. For Leonor, it may never exist. And maybe, in that emotional moment, that truth became impossible to ignore. What makes this moment so important is not just the concern it created. It's what it revealed. For a brief second, the world saw Leonor not as a symbol, but as a human being. Young, vulnerable, real, and that changes how people see her. Not weaker, stronger. Because emotion does not weaken leadership. It deepens it. It creates empathy, connection, understanding. Spain may have seen that for the first time. The real emotional cost of preparing a queen. And perhaps that's why this one moment feels so significant. Because something shifted, not publicly, but internally, inside Leonor. Maybe this was the moment she fully understood the road ahead. Maybe this was the moment she felt the true cost of destiny. Or maybe, it was simply one human moment in a life filled with impossible expectations. Whatever happened, it mattered. People felt it, they saw it, and they won't forget it. So what happened to Leonor? The truth may remain private, as many royal truths do. But one thing is clear. That emotional moment changed something. Not just for her, but for how the world sees her. Because now, behind the crown, behind the title, behind the perfect appearances, people see the person. And sometimes, that changes everything.